Hey everybody, it's Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with aPlantBasedDiet.org. Welcome to chapter 98 of my book, Live to 150. And this chapter is actually kind of a little bit of a review of something we did before. We talked about body odor. If you remember one of the chapters, it was about that, and it was about deodorant, antiperspirant. But I really I've got some notes here. I want to talk about in this chapter a bunch of things that I believe are related to dairy consumption, and then getting rid of dairy consumption and the benefits. And these things are earwax, bad breath, and smelly feet. I can't lift my feet up. I'm standing on my feet right now. But all these things, in addition to your armpit odors, of course, are related to dairy, in my opinion. That's been my experience anyway. And I have a feeling it's also the experience of a lot of other people. So let's dive into this. First of all, earwax. What is the relationship? Well, I can tell you that I had many, many years, if not like a couple decades as an adult, of having problems with my hearing, like severe problems with my hearing. And I kind of broke that down over time to the buildup of earwax in the ear canal. And usually, what that required me to do is to go on a regular basis, at least once a year, over to a doctor, and I would have to get them to kind of flushed out with a bulb and a syringe and of hydrogen peroxide, because all that earwax became impacted in there and basically blocked my ear canal, so I couldn't really hear right. And as you can imagine, this is something that would be not only messing with my hearing, just messing with my well-being, the way I felt in my head because my hearing wasn't working right, and then also my balance. All these things are related. So what I discovered, and when I gave up dairy in 2014, was that all of a sudden my earwax started getting less and less. And I think I had gotten down to a science to where I was flushing my own ears out with hydrogen peroxide on a regular basis. I was using Q-tips, like 3, 4, 5 of them every single time after I got out of the shower. And they would all be coated in this like orange wax. It was disgusting. But that slowly and slowly went away over time as soon as I gave up the dairy. So I do believe it's related to the dairy. And if you guys have earwax issues, please comment down below. Let us know what's going on. If you've given up dairy, if you're going to plan to give up dairy now that you know about this, because I would highly, highly recommend that you give up dairy. It is just not something that is in any way beneficial to humans, and especially not adult humans at all. So basically, the way things are now is that I take showers. I still use these cotton swabs. Q-tips is the brand name, right? These cotton swabs in my ear, but I only do one, and there's almost nothing there. Your body regenerates about once every 7 years completely, all the cells. So it's been a little bit longer than that for me, since 2014. It's 2022 now, and I'm 52, and it's better than ever. Like, these things you don't expect would improve over time unless maybe your body was just shutting down. But I'm doing better than ever health wise, and I can hear better. I don't have the earwax buildup, so it's fantastic. And of course, the bad breath is another one that went away with getting rid of dairy. I used to have this coating on my tongue that would never go away. It's like the dairy was oozing out of my tongue. I had to brush it really hard to get it to go away. And I could never go for more than a couple of hours without brushing my teeth. This is back before I got rid of the dairy. And if I did, then you'd start to smell it. And I had to use lots of mouthwash and things to cover it up. So if you think about it, a lot of these things are just, these chemicals, these cover-ups, these perfumes, are just ways to cover up our smelly, rotting bodies when we're eating these rotting secretions and muscles of other animals. It's really kind of gross. The feet was the same thing. And all this, as I mentioned in the previous chapter, I thought was genetic, including my feet, because people in my family, have this too. I figured, oh, okay, I'm related to them. What do I expect? I mean, I can't expect a miracle, but they also still have not given this stuff up, to my knowledge anyway, most of the people that I'm related to. And maybe they will over time, but they haven't seen these benefits. I have definitely seen them just from hanging around people, knowing that they smell, knowing that I smell like them, and that I don't smell like that anymore. So that's really what I want to say here in this chapter, is this the relationship between dairy and these things, because dairy was the last thing I gave up in terms of animal products. And I thought that, I didn't really understand exactly why I was giving it up, but I do now. And I'd like to know where you are in your journey with this. Let people know in the comments, like let a discussion happen. I would love to hear what you have to say about these things. And of course, like the video if you got some value out of this, and of course, subscribe as well so you can hear about new chapters as they're released. I'll see you in the next chapter. Bye-bye.